Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with yet another unboxing video on a Sunday evening, like Easter Sunday kind of, and I received mail a few days ago which came in from Greece actually, and Greece does mean usually mail from the Sound and Silence label from the guy that is called George Mastrokostas, which is the head of the Greek ambient post-rock staple, and has sorted me out with many a CD over the past years, or past 8 years maybe, or something like that. So I've been receiving promos from him forever basically, and I've been reviewing those on my website Erzählt, which is to be found down in the description box, of course. And now he sent me another one which has been sitting here for a while because I had to get through all the parcels. And talking about parcels and about a video I shot lately, that unboxing for the Muslim Gauze album, which was sent to me by Tom Highland District as a VCLT thing. I've been listening to that today for the first time, and that is an album which needs quite a few sessions to fully dive into all the layers of that. But what stood out immediately was the sound of the album, which is very interesting and very distinct, because it is, and this is not in a bad way, but in an interesting way, very tinny kind of. All the drums and all the entire sound spectrum is focused on a specific, very low-end lacking production kind of, and it's all very mid-oriented, and there's layers of, or polyrhythmic layers of abstract and Arab influenced percussions and stuff. But the low end, what you usually would expect in that kind of music as well, if you think contemporary ambient music, or not ambient but bass music, or electronica, that deep oomph, as Heimbach used to call this, is completely missing, which is gives it a very haunting and cut through, but also unusual sound aesthetic overall. So I gotta listen to that a few more times to fully understand what is going on. But this is one of the main characteristics the album has. It's very atmospheric as well, also very stripped down, in parts rhythmic, in parts electroacoustic. The Arab influences are not that super obvious in comparison to other Muslim Gauze works, but it's super intriguing, and I gotta go listen to this tomorrow morning again when I wake up. So it's a super interesting addition to the collection. So Tom, thanks again. More thoughts on that album maybe to come soon, but now we got this one, Sound and Silence from Greece, from Athens. So usually the label is on a ambient post-rock tip, music-wise. The very first releases were very, very harmonic and slightly kitschy in parts, and then they got into that more glacial thing and added more and more organic elements to that. So the sound of the label is evolving, and now we got two more albums here, which are also I guess from the 3-digit spectrum, because I think Sound and Silence has reached that, or achieved that part of a label's history in a few months ago actually. And I'm totally right, we got 2 CDs here. The first one is by someone who has been releasing on the label for sure, because I recognize the name, Signrider. The title is Perennial, and the catalog number is Sound and Silence 109, released on February 9th. As usual, beautiful press sheet with a very distinct typography and this kind of typewriter look to it. And Signrider is, of course, it's a return third album on the label after the highly acclaimed 4 Years Away in 2018 and A Familiar Light in 2021. This is Devin Powers. He is a composer at the Berklee College of Music, based in Norwood, Massachusetts. Has been producing music over a decade, has been doing ambient electronica, shoegaze and post-rock, so a lot of stuff that is covered by the Sound and Silence label Has self-released albums, but also released on Sun, Sea, Sky, Archives, and Dronarium. Once again, the Dronarium name pops up like over and over and over again. So I gotta check that out at some point. And he's also like dabbled with stuff like slowcore, whatever that is, like lo-fi dubstep, 8-bit, and has employed like a lot of aliases, including Riano Keeves, which is funny, and also like Hooting Everywhere. So this is like a lot of info. New album, 12 tracks, layers of warm synths, soothing past, dreamy piano melodies, twinkling chimes, and subtle bass lines. So this seems to be like a proper, like deep ambient, deep listening album, probably very glacial, even though the like 12 track thing might be keeping that away from like being glacial, because usually glacial ambient is like more like 20 minutes or 15 minutes tracks. So the album looks like this, very suitable for spring, and with an interesting type font on the cover actually. Once again released with that distinct sound and silence flat mechanism. Catalog number 047 of 200 copies, and we got a track list and a CD here. CD, Signwriter, Perennial, on the Sound and Silence label, looks like this. And we got the same plant with the track list here. Hope you can see this right. And we got track titles. Got a like Perennial, of course, Wildflowers Whiteout, which once again points to glacial music. Waving Goodbye, Glowing Form Overgrown, which points to the cover, and the, I don't know what the plant is called in German, it could be Efeu maybe. Soft Pastel, Extol, all derived between 2020 and 2023 actually by Devin Powers, aka Signwriter. And the second one is Sound and Silence 110, so 110, so reaching like proper realms right now, which is David Newlin, which is a name I've seen, but I don't distinctly remember if he has been behind one of the projects on the label or if I've seen the name anywhere else. The album is called Encouraged to Lose, also released in February, on February 9th, and it's a comeback as well for David Newlin on the label, the fourth release, and after 2 solo albums and a collaboration album with Yellow 6, so maybe I've reviewed that. They've sent me so many CDs, so I don't remember like every single one of them like in detail, but this is a kind of normal thing when you have like so many music come through and being reviewed, and you have to revisit it all. So some things just get lost, I guess. And David Newlin is an ambient producer based in Durham in the UK, has released many albums on labels just like Mobeer, Time Release Sound, Hibernate Recordings, Oscars and Wistrek, Polar Seas, Symbolic Interaction, Tokyo Droning, and others. Also on Octoberman Recordings, which seems to be run by him, and Cathedral Transmissions, which I've read a lot as well, referenced in the Sound and Silence release sheets. 5 new pieces, total duration something more than 32 minutes. Minimal pianos, haunting melodies, hazy synths, loop samples, rusted electronics, which is an interesting term, so this might point to vintage gear, I guess. Tape loops, field recordings, click glitches, tape speed variations, wobbles maybe. Heinbach, watch out, check this out, I guess. And this is ambient, described as ambient as well, 200 copies and a few collectibles. Encouraged to Lose, I misread that at the first glimpse as Encouraged to Love, and was like thinking about like this being probably a kitschy ambient album, but no, it isn't. More like wobbly, I guess, and drony and hazy. This is catalog number 079 of 200. Here is the Sound and Silence stamp. You've seen this a lot, I guess, and the signature flat mechanism. And also in here we got, of course, a list of available releases as well, and the CD and the track listing. So new ambient stuff coming in from Greece, actually. This is the CD, and here is the beautiful track listing of the new album by David Newlin on the Sound and Silence label. So this is a quick little Easter unboxing, I guess, for the Sound and Silence label. I will link the unboxing for the latest VCLT by Tom Hyran District in the end card of this one, so you can have a look at the Muslim Gauze album I was talking about in the beginning of this video. Other things, of course, are to be found down in the description box. BANDCAMP as usual up there, some other video down there and stuff. I'm going to go into editing mode. Not want to go on rambling too long. So BazeJunkiii out for now. See you in the next one.